What is going on? It is your girl here, Miss Studios. Hello, how is everybody? What is going on? Okay, so I'm here at home. I'm just hanging out, me, myself, and I. And let me tell you, I was sitting here thinking, how awesome would it be if I just got real with you guys and shared some experiences with you and just open up, give you guys a little bit more insight about how it was growing up, having spina bifida, but not only that, but different scenarios. So the first one that I want to talk to you guys about is dating. So dating, let me get started with that. So I want to get real with you guys about different topics. And the first topic that I wanted to speak about was dating. And I, was thinking, how can I just be honest with you guys? How can I let you guys in and tell you some of the craziest things that have happened to me while dating? But not only that, but while dating and having a disability. So let's just jump right in. One of the first things that comes to my mind is a really crazy, and I'm talking, you guys don't want to miss this, I'm talking crazy thing that happened to me, I want to say about 8-9 years ago. So, I'm here living in LA, I'm working, I'm independent, I'm, doing great, I'm hustling, I'm doing anything I can, and I don't know how I met this guy, but I'm just doing my own thing, and usually that's what happens, right? They always say, just focus on you, do you, and you'll meet the right person, right? So I'm doing me, I'm living life, I'm doing great, and I somehow meet this guy, I won't say his name, and I just remember, okay, like I haven't dated like in a couple, I think it was like 2 years. I was single, I was just really just trying to hustle and make it here, like make it out here. It's fucking expensive out here. So, I'm doing that. I live in a small little studio, but I got a roof over my head and I'm independent. So, I meet this guy and, I think we go get coffee like the first time. So we go and get coffee, I'm all nervous. I got like butterflies and stuff. And, things are cool. He looks like he grew up from a small town, somehow moved to the city, which I thought was kind of cool. He had a job, he had a car, he, if a guy got a car and a job, like, yes, bonus. So, like, I'm stoked, right? So this is happening. I think we go like on a lunch date like the second time. I drive my own car, meet him there. I'm on like day 3 and he asks if he can take me out to dinner at night. And I was like, okay, cool. So this was like in a span of a couple of weeks. Now, dating and having spina bifida, what has always worked for me and has been really successful in the dating department is having a lot of confidence, believing in myself, being my true authentic self, dressing how I want to dress, being comfortable in my own skin, literally in what I'm wearing, and allow my personality to shine. So when this guy, like when I met this guy, I'm literally trying to figure out how I met this guy. I really think it was like a friend of a friend of a friend. And, when he asked me out, it was just via text message. And, there was no red flags. So keep that in mind, no red flags. And, I've dated in the past, been in long relationships prior, so it wasn't like a surprise to me. I didn't think, oh, this guy's dating me because of my disability, or this guy's dating me because I have spina bifida. I'm thinking this guy's just dating me. Now, mind you, this was like 8 years ago, so it wasn't that long, but it was long. So we go out to dinner, right? This is where it gets freaking crazy. So we go out to dinner, and I just remember him telling me, like, I like hanging out with you. I like chilling with you. You're beautiful. You got your shit on lock. Like, you are working hard. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, maybe we can kind of like start, hanging out more, going on another date or something. Like, I'm feeling confident until Now mind you, this was like the third or the fourth date, okay? We had taken separate cars prior. This is like the first time that he has picked me up from my house. So this is happening, right? Got my little bedazzled cup here. I haven't finished it, so stay tuned for that. So I can't just, like, if something happens, like, I can't just get in my car and like go or like drive off, right? So he's like, you know, I just think you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, I really like hanging out with you, but I have to tell you something. And I'm thinking, oh, this guy is gonna like tell me, you know, he's got like a crazy ex-girlfriend, or maybe he used to be married, or I don't know, something. Maybe he's got a kid, I don't know. So I'm sitting there and I just remember I was like, what? He looks at me with so much confidence. I will never forget this. Never, 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 never forget this. So much confidence. And he goes, I have to tell you something, and I'm hoping that you're gonna understand. And I said, okay. And he looks at me and he says, I am attracted to people with disabilities. And in my head, it still doesn't throw up a red flag, but I'm like, okay, like, you think they're pretty? Come to find out, this guy has a whole crazy setup. I'm talking crazy setup. Come to find out, let's look up this definition, because I don't want to chop it up. But this guy is a devotee. Let's look at the definition on this. Attracted to a disability is a sexual interest in the appearance of somebody with a disability. So this guy tells me this, and I'm like, red flag, red flag, red flag. And I just remember, I couldn't even get out the words of like, what the heck. All I knew was like, I immediately was like, man, I wish I drove my car. He begins to tell me. Now, mind you, this is like after a really, really bad breakup that I had. I took a couple of years off, and this guy was like my first date after like 2 to 3 years. I kid you not. He begins to tell me that he, on occasions, will get into a wheelchair and wheel himself around. And when he does this, it's because his anxiety is high and he likes the attention that he receives. Blew my mind. Blew it. I was like, check, let's go. I'll pay for this. I gotta go. Like, I'm like, what? Now, mind you, Uber has not been around for 8 years, so I don't think it has. So, and if it was, it wasn't that popular, so I couldn't be like, oh, let me get the app and have Uber come pick me up. I was freaking out. Come to find out, this guy on his 21st birthday got his wheelchair and had his friends push him around Vegas for his 21st birthday the entire time. I was blown. This guy had a regular job, drove a regular car, no like disability hand controls or anything. This guy really led an everyday life and just kept his wheelchair and I guess other things that he used in his closet. He literally told me he kept them in his closet. I was done. I was like, but I just remember I was like, I gotta go. I spoke up and I was like, I have got to go. This is not gonna work out. And he literally is telling me that he only dates people with disabilities. And I didn't know very much about any of this whole devotee. Come to find out, it is an entirely huge community of people who only date people who are disabled, who are only attracted to, you know, maybe amputees or someone on crutches, or they only get off to a certain type of person with a disability. Like, there is a whole community out there that I found out by doing research that really puts a lot of effort into going great lengths into following accounts that are people with disabilities to hide the fact that they like people and only are attracted. Come to find out, there's like forums online where people were in a relationship for months to then find out that the person that they were dating was only attracted to them not for their personality, but because they just had a disability. I was floored. I was shocked. I was like uncomfortable. I could not believe that this was happening. Right after I had given myself a break for like 2.5 years, two and a half years of no dating, not talking to guys, taking a break, doing some, self-care and like bring back Misty to life, and this is what's thrown at me. But it definitely did open up my eyes to that type of community, to be aware to what red flags to really watch for, not just on social media, but also in person. And, just looking at accounts online today, like I can know if they're a devotee by seeing who they follow. If it's all disabled people or amputees or something. And I'm not saying that these people are like bad or anything, but for me, it is not something that I want to be, this is not something I want to be dating or associating with, especially dating. Like, this guy was telling me if I would be okay with him sometimes being in a wheelchair if we went on a date. Like, this wasn't just like, I think you are beautiful for your disability. This was like straight up, would you push me? Would you like role play? Would you like do stuff with me? I'm like, no. Like, no. Like, I've dated some crazy people. Like, I've done some dating in my past that I'm not too proud of, but it was never to this level. So that is one of my dating experiences that has happened to me. I just wanted to open up with you guys, provide some content for you weekly, and tell you how dating disaster that was. So next week, I'm going to have a different topic. It's going to be a 4-part series. I hope you guys tune in. Definitely drop a comment, leave a like, subscribe, whatever. Just give your girl a little love for being vulnerable and opening up. So your girl, just to leave this, I'm not saying this person was bad. I'm saying this person was not for me. This is something definitely in the adaptive community that definitely needs to be addressed. I believe if you have a younger daughter, a younger son, it's not just males who are like this. There's a whole community with male and female that are like this. So this is something that I have kind of barely lightly spoken on before, but I really do think that if you have a younger son or daughter, to definitely educate them for, just to be cautious. I knew nothing. I mean, I went in completely thinking I knew nothing. I went to this date thinking this guy liked me for me, and it came to find out that he liked me for being on crutches, and the dude got off on it. I'm just being real with you guys. Like, if I can't be real with you guys, then you guys won't be able to learn, and God forbid you guys go through a situation like this. Now I can laugh at it, but during the time, I was shook. I was like, what? Anyways, guys, thank you. Talk to you guys soon.